Little 420. Yeah, 420. No, this ain't one of those 420 moments. What this one is a continuance of the family rules. If you want to know why exactly happened and why we got part 1, part 2, find that in the YouTube Made Easy. Yeah, easy. Yeah, I didn't know about the other easy people. Wow. Good thing I'm not exactly like them anyway. Uh, Actually, I'm glad there's nothing exactly like me. Can you imagine more than one of me? Quick, run, scream, run the other way. I'm so fucking cliche. Oh, pardon the French. Nobody pardoned the French. That's why we have never forgiven the French, bringing us to family rule. Forgive and forget. Forgiving is very easy. It is a self-healing as well as a self-reliance. It says that you forgive not only yourself for every and any part of what has happened in your life and the other individual's life that brought any problems to have to be forgiven is more beneficial to yourself than it is to the other. Because the other either A, doesn't give a rat's ass, or B, must find forgiveness of their own. And forgetting, I don't agree. Too much does everyone forget. They forget the sufferings. They forget the pain. And when you forget the suffering and you forget the pain, you forget those memories and those times, you are doomed to repeat yourselves. I'm not just talking about this as a individual. I am talking about that as even a bodily whole. We have that right now out on the streets of Salem. That our body is in pieces. We have rot that is not being taken in hand. We have decay that is not being picked up. We are having the shits. And all because people forget the pain, forget the suffering, and push it into the gutter. Unwilling to keep care of its own. Not realizing what they're doing is creating the very environments that other nations that we scarf at have been doing. And then they give up. And then there's these other kinds of cities. Instead of working as a nation should, the way the forefathers planned. They wanted us to work all together. Yes, they made the Declaration of Independence, and they made everything else, but they also made it with their own ideals and their own beliefs. Good beliefs founded in good, founded facts, that supported things. The Bible is not just a holy work. It is a belief system that has a lot of good knowledge in it. It's not just about following an unknown deity. If you read it, there is ways to cook in there. There is ways to dispose of mold and dispose of rot, to cleanse thyself as well as to cleanse your house, to check for a disease, to check for rots, how to treat some things. There is good lessons in there of how to treat your neighbor, your friends, your relatives. Even set bases, yes, I'm going to get a lot of boos on this. It set bases of slavery. Well, could that have been, we don't know. A lot of these things in these books, we do not know if they are real or if they were something that was created, for we are not knowledgeable enough as an individual to know whether or not the scrolls that they have found and the things that they base the religion on actually say what they say. For me, I take the Bible for what it is. And to me, that means that all is. And how that works for me, and why I went into detail in this, is that forgetting anything leads to destruction once more. Because you forget also the lessons that perhaps even your ancestors already tried to teach you millennia ago. And always remember, you are loved. Now that is kind of why I also expounded a little bit more on that. Because right after the way it is written, forgive and forget, it says, and always remember, in a different textile, I guess is what they call it. You are always loved. That can also mean the way that it was done, because it doesn't go with the same writing as on the bottom, but it follows the same rules that's been applied in the rest of the canvas for the code that it writ, is that it can also refer to, and you always remember what happened, but you forget the pain of what happened. Given time, but you also can remember that there is always love. Maybe not for an ugly mofo. No, that's not really true. I know one really ugly mofo, and he only got one reason for being such an ugly mofo, is because he just can't keep care of himself. And yet people trust him with secrets. Huh? He can't keep secrets. You know who you are. You know who. If you're listening to this, you know who you are. Uh-huh. Yeah. So does a few other people know who you are. Little Gabby. Gab, 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 gab. And that's all, folks.